Dortmund for some 2.5 years. 12 other German cities have hosted the national team in that time. The whole country gets to see this country's team. And no doubting this is a football town. Borussia Dortmund, average crowds of over 81,000 in the Bundesliga, and only Barcelona can rival that anywhere in Europe. I think we'll see Dele Alli and Adam Lallana playing quite close to Jamie Vardy in this new-look England system. The width will be provided by the wing-backs Kyle Walker and Ryan Bertrand. England in a new away strip, that is midnight blue. It is a little difficult to compare a prestige friendly with some of the famous and infamous tournament games between English and German teams. England's last defeat on German soil was in 1987 to West Germany in nearby Dusseldorf, and Glenn Hoddle of Monaco was in the team. We stood no chance at all. We were playing our second string that night.
I think we were.
Well, it's almost exactly a year since England's 3-2 win in Berlin, a year in which the team's performances have never quite touched the same heights. But despite the absence of several recognised German first-teamers, this is still a really good test for the men in blue tonight, Glenn.
Yeah, it always is when you play against Germany. The quality they've got, the depth in their squad. But I'm really looking forward to seeing the front three, actually. There's a lot of talk about the back three playing, but the three, Vardy, Lallana and Dele Alli, are in really, really good form at the moment for their clubs.
Last time England beat a German side 2 internationals in succession. Yeah, 1966. Gary Cahill playing in his club position on the left of the back three. Chris Smalling at the centre. And here are the first moments in international football for Michael Keane. Germany lining up essentially 4-4-2.
Yeah, they've got the two strikers up there, haven't they? I think Podolski's really pushing up there and making the two, trying to put some pressure on our back three. But and they're doing a halfway press. They're not really pressing too high up the pitch, letting England come out on the ball and play that type of ball.
Vardy in pursuit of Smalling's long ball. In the absence of the injured Manuel Neuer, Marc-Andre ter Stegen of Barcelona is in goal for Germany tonight. Rica. Towards their regular left-back, Jonas Hector of Cologne. Three of the German back four are what you would regard as their first-choice defence. Hummels and Kimmich, the right-back. And then Toni Kroos in midfield would probably be the only other member of tonight's team. Joachim Löw would be fielding in a competitive international if everybody were fit. Keane towards Walker, down into the path of Lallana. Walker's onside. Lallana. Walker just won't quite catch that. Not on the same wavelength at the critical moment. He's shown a real willingness to look at making changes to try to change England's international results. It's an appetite for change that he has. It's the first time in over 10 years that England have started a game with a back three. It was a regular feature of Glenn Hoddle's stewardship when, in fact, Southgate was part of your back three.
He was, Clive, yes. He could play on the outsides, he could play in the centre. Any of those positions he was really comfortable and did it really well.
Livermore's won the ball here for Lallana. Now Vardy with the back flick. Livermore. Dyer. Just allowed it to run away from him. Won it back. Down goes the German captain for the night, Lukas Podolski, who hasn't started in international in more than 3 years. spying Colin Hummels. And by Bertrand. Nice to see an England starting 11 drawn from 9 different clubs. Only one of the 3 Spurs men in the starting 11.
That was a shame there. The German defence, the back 4, came up so high there, and Dele Alli just couldn't get it right under his feet. And Vardy was looking to break in behind. If they played that high, then Vardy could cause them all sorts of problems, particularly against Hummels. He's got the pace to outdo him there.
Leroy Sané of Manchester City to Toni Kroos. It's Hector. Sané. Kroos. Rudiger. Brandt. Kimmich. To Werner. He's the German. Tonight, 24-Timo Werner of Leipzig. Starts a little bit too much in Kimmich, who crashed into the back of Gary Cahill. I remember him picking up an injury for England in a match at Wembley in a similar incident, Gary Cahill, which cost him a place at a major tournament.
It was a bit naughty, wasn't it? A bit late. There was nothing happening. I don't think he could get the ball. He just give Cahill a little bit of a whack there, saying, "Look, I'm around. This isn't a testimonial." You might have thought so with Podolski at the start of the game.
Cahill was captain in Berlin a year ago. Keane taking every available second. Good feet from Livermore. Lana to Walker. Livermore spreading the ball out to Bertrand. Ali. Good turn by Ali in towards Vardy. Goalkeeper hesitated. There was contact there between ter Stegen and Vardy, who was maybe looking for it. Marc-Andre ter Stegen just seemed to hesitate almost fatefully.
It looked like he was favourite, wasn't it? But he just pulled out at the end.
Livermore down to Lallana, halted by Rudiger. Livermore with a terrific challenge. Ali in towards Vardy again, but it's just hooked away from him by Kimmich. It's going to be a corner.
This was lovely play. Dele Alli just came off his defender there, and you just think Stegen's going to come. For me, he's just looking for it. He just got in the way there. He's touched it round him. Made sure he's dived backwards, the goalkeeper. He's done quite well, but Gareth there, from that view down there on that bench, you claim for anything.
It was clumsy goalkeeping, though. In towards Vardy, and hit first time and just over by Michael Keane. 7 minutes into his international debut. Wow.
It's a great effort, actually. You've seen it late. Really good technique. What a start that would have been for the young man making his debut. But good start from England. They look more attacking. They look far better than Germany at the moment. They've started really well. They're prepared to press high and engage people, and really putting Germany off at the moment.
Michael Keane in possession. He's from Stockport. He had 2 years in the under-21s with Gareth Southgate. This is only his second season in the Premier League. He was presented with his first England shirt in the dressing room half an hour before kick-off by Glenn Hoddle, who was asked by Gareth Southgate to carry out that ceremony. A nice one too.
Yeah, it was a nice touch from Gareth and the FA. You know, it's a nice way for somebody to feel at home in many ways, but it was a pleasure doing it.
England have started well. Toni Kroos coming deep to try to restore a bit of order, some composure on the ball. To Kimmich, just behind Werner. Joe Hart now of mid-table Torino, who've won just twice since the winter break. He's actually shipped 15 goals in his last 6 games in Italy. They don't have the best defensive record, Torino. Where his future lies remains to be seen. He's pretty certain there will be no return to Manchester City. Hummels. By Smalling.
It's unusual for a German side. They just can't keep hold of that ball at the moment, getting any possession, any base to their game. England are pressing them hard, but winning the ball back pretty quickly.
Love, the German coach. Only German nationals have ever coached the German national side. Manager of the reigning world champions. He, like Gareth Southgate, will only really have had one full training session with his players since they reported on Sunday night. England, they have a qualifier on Sunday. Hector, Sané, is it back from Podolski? Lucas Podolski on his famed left foot, out as far as Weigl. Dropping in between the two centre-backs now, trying to get Germany moving.
And there's good pressure from England. Every time a German player looks up, he's 9 times out of 10 he's got somebody, a blue shirt, getting his head down so he can't look forward and pass easily. And they've got a good shape about them, England, at the moment. Example there, Walker, really working hard there. He knows anything behind him that Keane's going to have to deal with and come out, so he can press, and as a wing back, and press really hard and quickly.
Bertrand following Kimmich. Hummels unable to get out because of Dele Alli. Time for Keane. Bertrand. Scotland are also involved in a friendly international this evening in Edinburgh at Easter Road, and Canada taking the lead in that match with a goal from a Falkirk player, Fraser Aird. Scotland, who are in England's qualifying group, Slovenia on Sunday evening. Walker. And out by Hector. Dyer. Very precise pass for Livermore. In towards Vardy. Header is by Rudiger. It's more up than out. Hector on his weaker right foot. Puts it straight to Livermore. There was a foul there. Kroos was upended. A little bit of relief for Germany. Sané. Weigl. Now Kroos. The space for Hector. It's cut out by Livermore. think there's any doubt that he's got his chance this evening, partly because of the injuries to Jordan Henderson and Danny Drinkwater. Just 21 minutes of international football to his name before tonight, Jake Livermore, and that was 4.5 years ago in a friendly match. And lots happened to him since, notably his £10 million move to West Bromwich Albion in January. First West Brom outfield player to play for England since 1984, and I think only Baggies fans will have the answer to the question which follows that. Who? Steve Hunt. Here's Vardy. On towards Ali. Away by Hummels. A little risky from Brandt, and very risky from Weigl. Ter Stegen just managed to save the corner kick.
It wasn't composed, was it? Played a few wrist ball there, and again it was England's pressing that forced them into those errors. It's a hard enough game with one ball.
Germany could do with one of their own at the moment, because it's really difficult to keep it under the England press. Smalling tracking Werner every inch of the way.
It's really good defending.
One back though. Here's Kroos. Now Podolski! Hit against Michael Keane. First time that Germany have really been able to steal the ball deep in England territory, and it led to a shooting opportunity. The club left foot of Lucas Podolski. Julian Brandt. There's Podolski once more. Now Kimmich. Sané. Loose from Leroy Sané. Lallana finding Ali. Really accurate pass. Cover comes from Rudiger. Sané is able to atone for his error. Weigl. Now Hector. Cross to Hector. It's back from Brandt. Hummels. Brandt. Sold Kimmich short, and Ryan Bertrand's able to head away. Hummels. The late run is from Kimmich. Nice to link up with Sané. Joe Hart will be able to claim that. Cap number 69 for Joe Hart tonight, just 4 behind Gordon Banks now, 6 behind David Seaman. Only Peter Shilton has kept goal for England on more occasions than those two men. It's the company's keeping now. Bit of space for Sané. Try to exploit the space between wing back and centre back. It's back from Brandt. By Kroos. With any real conviction.
He's only slight problem that we've got at the moment. Look, I think Gary Cahill was just telling him now. Bertrand goes a little bit too early, and Cahill's a bit reluctant to get out wide. Sané's getting a lot of space on that right-hand side.
Yeah, it's one of the features of a back three that in an ideal world you'd require two of your centre-backs to be fairly comfortable in wide positions. Michael Keane's actually played at right back for England under 21s. Cahill is adapting to his role with Chelsea.
Yeah, the two outside centre-backs defending and with the ball, when you split them wide, do end up in the right and back left position. And that's why you on the ball, it gives you great options, it really does. And if you've got somebody in midfield who can change the play from 70 yards, you can see Bertrand now on the other side of the pitch, he's free. If someone could find him now very quickly, they're just shifting the ball a little bit too slow. By that time, the Germans get over.
Livermore, the first West Brom outfield England player since '84. Keane, the first Burnley outfield player since 1974. Martin Dobson. Rica towards Brandt. Strong play by Smalling.
It's good defending from Smalling in England, because he's gone wide, he's prepared to go in the channel. Gary Cahill just comes in the centre. He's now in between the two centre-backs, and that back three's got that little bit of flexible about it, and defensively that's always good. You can end up having the confidence that the central man is going to go out wide when he needs to.
John Stones wasn't considered for selection from the start this evening. Gareth Southgate felt that Stones and Sterling were just a little short of peak fitness after Manchester City's adventures of last week. Phil Jones would have had a good chance of starting in the back three this evening, but for the injury he picked up in training. This is Werner. There's far too much of Sané. Looking comfortable, but they've lost a little bit of that early menace that they showed. Vardy. Dice sliding in with a big challenge, but Nagel emerges with the ball, and then Gary Cahill does. And here's Adam Lallana into the path of Dele Alli. Walker arriving very late in the day. He's kept it in somehow, and here's Lallana. Just wouldn't run for him.
Walker did remarkable to get to that ball. It was a great ball from Dele Alli. He saw him come, he burst his gut to get there and kept it in. It was a dangerous position for him, and Lallana just couldn't get control of it, so he could get his shot off.
Ali. Lallana. The ball to Keane. Walker again. Just to run at Hector. Keane. Little flick on from Lallana. Full Kimmich. Down by Smalling. Gets the job done.
This is where England now have just got to go up a gear and really believe in themselves. They're playing much better than Germany at the moment. Have that belief now to take it up a gear or two and go and punish them whilst they're in a good flow and good pattern of play.
Lallana certainly had the creativity, the artistry to thrive in those little pockets of space behind Jamie Vardy. The fright to try a trick. Saw a little back heel from Ali there. Walker to Livermore. England on top on the field, and the England supporters making more noise than the German masses off the field. Livermore fired into Vardy. Walker just caught on his heels a little. Tora now would clear. It's a corner kick. I'm sure the linesman was altogether convinced. Well, the officials tonight are from Slovenia. The man in charge is Damir Skomina. His last game with England was against Iceland last summer. You may remember it. He did give us a penalty. Ouch. Lallana with the corner in towards Dyer. It was in the 91st minute that he powered home from a corner in Berlin a year ago. Eric Dyer.
Similar position, wasn't it? Right, the same position. These two white shirts, they're just squeezing him a little bit, but decent delivery. The Germans are defending corners from some zonal. If one of the England centre-backs can get a run on them, and the delivery's right, they could get their rewards.
Is forced to throw in. He's only played a couple of FA Cup ties for Spurs in midfield since October. He's been operating as a club defender, Eric Dyer, but it's very important in this particular role for England, and Julian Weigl felt that challenge.
Well, with Dyer playing back in that midfield as well, if one of the centre-backs want to come and really go into midfield and drag players out, the German players out, you've got a perfect player in Dyer who can just slip back in any of those positions. So the flexibility there can even work. They haven't done that yet at the moment, but it's an option that they've got.
Key in towards Ali. It's a beautifully weighted pass, and Ali's pulled it back, and it's headed away by Antonio Rudiger.
That's a lovely run and beautiful ball from Keane, wasn't it? And Ali just sneaks in behind. Look at that, just a little bit of curl on it, fading in behind Hummels. And Dele Alli gets in behind. So, you know, in the last third, Gareth's got to be pleased with the way England are performing at the moment. The last third, there's things happening, and they really have got dictating the play. They've got a good pattern of play, good shape.
It's Weigl who's still feeling the effects of that clash with Dyer. Certainly didn't pull out Dyer.
He's won the ball, isn't he? He just caught him as he's gone through, but for me it's a 50-50. He stayed low. His tackle's a good tackle. He's just caught him accidentally.
Weigl's foot was ever so high there. Ooh, tell you what, that's not too pleasant. Eric Dyer's a little lucky to get away without an injury himself, and it's a little ironic that Weigl, in his home stadium here at Dortmund, has the player down and in trouble. Wow,
he's gone over the top there, hasn't he? He's the one that's come unstuck in the end, but it was a nasty challenge from Weigl.
Germany down to 10 for now. Weigl's trying to run off the injury. Ali. Stepped away by Hummels, but only as far as Livermore. And now Walker. Hummels there again. It's a good run for England there. Dyer bursting onto the ball again. Walker to Livermore, trying to poke it into Lallana, and it was just beyond Adam Lallana.
There's a shame there. Dele Alli was the ball, just pulled off into the... Look, there he is, you can see him in centre. Pitch all on his own edge of the box. As a midfield player, you can't ask for more than getting free in that position. It's a shame Livermore didn't see him.
Weigl back out there. Having to go long eventually. Keane's up above Brandt. Rica. Hummels. Now Brandt. Hector. Podolski. Well to hold off Dyer. Joshua Kimmich. Weigl. Kroos. There's an element of master and apprentice in that German midfield, because Weigl is seen as the natural successor to Kroos. It's a loose pass, and it's Lallana who's streaking forward with Vardy in support, going for goal himself, and it comes back off the post. Adam Lallana, who scored in his last 3 games for England, almost made it 4 in a row with that lung-busting run from deep. Denied only by Ter Stegen's goalpost.
That was a great run, wasn't it? So unlucky, wasn't he? He's hit the centre of the post. It's just inside, it goes in. But he showed extremely good pace to go from the halfway line and go away from the defender.
Hector. Kroos. Hector. Here's Tony Kroos. Just couldn't quite pull it back for Brandt. Almost down to Weigl.
It's great positional play though from Dyer to get back from that midfield position there. The back 3 go in and defend the 6 yards, where there's German players going in near post, far post. Dyer goes back there as the second phase, and great position. Sweeps up in front of the back 3.
Livermore into the path of Lallana again, just about getting his breath back. It's bumbled over by Kimmich.
But this was the interception, wasn't it? It was a poor ball and he's gone, and you think, well, is he going to get caught here? But his strength and his power and his pace, he's thinking, he's looked up as well to see if he had support, but he did the right thing, didn't he? There was a little glance to see if Vardy was around, and it's just hit the centre of the post. If it goes inside, it's a goal. And but so encouraging the way England are playing at the moment. The pattern of play, the shape is brilliant, and Germany find it really hard. As good as England are pressing Germany, Germany can't press England. There's a spare man we've got all over the pitch.
Terrific technique from Ali. What's that about our players not having the technical ability of the mainland Europeans? Look at Ali and Lallana out there tonight.
This is the difference. This is how we've got to play, relaxed, in tournament football. The guys were talking about fear, the fear in the players in tournaments, but you can see these players are relaxed, and it's a friendly. You've got to replicate that in the tournament. But the environment needs to be there for you to believe that you can play that way. Seen him do this many times for Tottenham. He sort of drags it, stays on his foot for a split second. Look, he tries to nutmeg, but he goes the other side. His lovely skill in the right area of the pitch as well. If you lose it there, they can't break on you and score.
It's like being hoodwinked by a conjurer. Now you see it, now you don't. Where is it? Up his sleeve? Where's it gone? News of that friendly match at Easter Road this evening. Scotland have equalised through Stephen Naismith. Scotland won, Canada won. was a poor pass from Bertrand, but Cahill just managed to recover. Double play by Kroos. Sané. Hector. Away calmly by Keane. Weigl. Presented to Walker. Lallana. Livermore. Moves into Podolski. So they're trying to smuggle it back to him, but Smalling was able to clear. Positive opening 35 minutes for England, so close to taking the lead. Adam Lallana, who got that late winner in Slovakia for Sam Allardyce and then headed the second goal against Scotland, scored from the spot against Spain, denied by the post tonight. Ball clearance by Livermore. Brandt. Kroos. Brandt again. It's a strange clearance by Cahill. And found a way out of that corner. This guy's pass to Sané, and a good one. Now Podolski. Well, he's usually better than that from that kind of range.
Yeah, it was on his favoured left foot. He had a little bit more time, actually, than he thought. It's a nice little ball from Sané there. He's got more time. He's one touch and hit it. Didn't look up, never had a look at the picture. This is the Cahill. It's come off his arm, isn't it?
Yeah, arm tucked into his side, but he did lean into it. Oh, Joe Hart in mouth.
A little bit too close for comfort, that one, Joe. But he's done. He got away with it. It's a lovely little Cruyff he did in the end.
Yeah. Can we make that the last one of the night, though,
exactly.
please, Joe? Thanks.
I'm sure Gareth will be saying that to him at half-time. Here's a little Cruyff. Look. Wow.
Anything Dele Alli can do. Stegen, who does take chances, as Barcelona goalkeepers tend to.
He should have done the same. He's just seen Joe do it.
Stirring run by Brandt as well, a free kick. Kroos. Podolski. It's a poor pass to Hector. Now Walker. Now it's 3 against 3 momentarily. This is Bertrand. We've just lost a little bit of its momentum.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Clive, it was a shame we broke really quick 3v3 and suddenly one ball backwards, one square, and 10 German players behind the ball, outfield players behind the ball.
He fooled Rudiger, good advantage played. Vardy into Lallana. Sané pounces upon the ball. And so does Cahill for England. Now Ryan Bertrand. Dele Alli. Is he halted by Rudiger illegally? There's your answer. Free kick to England.
It was a delicate little skill he was trying to achieve here, but for me, I don't think he's ever going to get that ball, is he? He stepped across Dele Alli. It's cute play. He's backed into him and he's drawn the foul, and in a wonderful position for England now. Perfect for a right footer.
Streetwise though, Ali.
Yeah. Yeah, he was never going to get the ball, was he? But defender backs into you like that in that area, you go down.
Eric Dyer's last goal for anybody was for England in the opening game of the European Championship finals against Russia. And he's smashed in a free kick. Ryan Bertrand standing over the ball too. It is going to be Eric Dyer. And trying to place that one with the side of the foot, just trying to lift it over the wall, and lifted it over the crossbar too.
Yeah, it was unlucky, wasn't it? It had the pace, just couldn't get it down quick enough. That's what I can't understand from Germany at the moment. They're playing the goal kicks like that. England are pressing them. It's going back to the goalkeeper and he's kicking it. And they are so stretched as a team. England win the ball and got so much space to play in.
Presented to Weigl. It's a rather blind back pass. It wasn't too far away from Jamie Vardy, that.
Yeah, you've got to say Germany this first half have been very loose, giving the ball away constantly.
Vardy, great chance here. Dele drove it straight against Marc-Andre ter Stegen, and he stood tall and managed to keep it out.
Again, Germany wasteful, giving the ball away in the last third. Vardy just pokes it through. He's got to score. He's got to score. It's not good enough just hitting the target from there. You've got to pick a point. It's a good save. He stayed big, but he's got to manufacture something there. A little curl around the goalkeeper, something, but England looking dangerous.
Scored in his last 4 Tottenham games. He is confident in front of goal. Funny enough, he missed a sitter in the 89th minute of that game in Berlin last year when it was 2-2 and it looked as if England's chance had gone, but Eric Dyer managed to atone on his behalf. But it's England who are creating the chances.
I've got to say, Germany have been so wasteful with the ball and putting themselves in trouble as well.
5-1 to England in Germany, that rings a bell. Sven's phone is down.
He had plenty of time to think about it, where he wanted to put it. Keeper stayed big and made a good save in the end, but for me it's
Ali!
got to go in the back of the net.
He's trying to make up for it himself there.
Yeah.
Boys were talking about his favourite position. Now, he was Gareth Southgate's number 10 in a 4-2-3-1 in Southgate's first 2 games in charge. He then missed the November internationals through injury, and it's kind of a 10 role for him tonight with Lallana. Bertrand, good ball into the box, run all the way through to the other wing back, will it? Yeah, Lallana to Walker. Now Livermore. Lallana, Walker. Try to stand it up towards Vardy. Sane trying to get out, and it is a goal kick.
That's a good point you make, Clive. There's 2 number 10s in this system. You know, you don't play with just the one. If you're going to play 2 up front, this is the ball in from Walker. If you're you can play with the 2 number 10s in there with this shape. It hasn't got to be one. And we did that years ago with Gascoigne and Scholes in there, just behind the centre forward. Very difficult to pick up.
And the forward is by Keane. Here's Vardy, and now Lallana. Almost expecting to see a wing back at his shoulder in those situations. Walker was just getting his breath back, I think.
Rica. Gross. Here's Hector. Gross to Rudiger. Livermore protecting the edge of the penalty area. Cahill's header. Dye can't quite get it away. Weigl. Hector. Now Kroos. Hector to Sané. Hit by Weigl. More in hope than expectation, one feels.
Yeah, no conviction was there at all in that shot, and that's how they've played, very passive, Germany. And credit to England, they've pressed them hard, they've put them under pressure, and they haven't been able to cope, but very loose in the way they've played, Germany.
Adam Lallana has hit a post. Dele Alli has hit the goalkeeper, and he looked favourite to score. England have been on top from first whistle to last, but they've got nothing to show for it as yet. We'll be hearing from Messrs Wright, Dixon and Giggs in just a moment. It passed away this morning, and to pass on the sympathies of all of us at ITV Sport who were lucky enough to have known Ronnie, the most passionate, loyal football man, to Paul and all Ronnie's family. Very sad. England have beaten Germany, France and Portugal in the last 15 months. Go back 5 years or so and you can add Spain and Belgium and Italy and Brazil to that list of scalps, but all friendly fixtures. Testers at the tournaments, and both of these teams have a qualifying fixture coming up at the weekend. Germany face a long trip to Baku in Azerbaijan, and England will play at home to Lithuania at Wembley. 5 o'clock on Sunday, again to see live on ITV. Lithuania lost a friendly themselves today in the Czech Republic by 3-0. Chris Smalling, his first international since the European Championships. So Michael Keane in his very first senior international.
Thought Germany would come out and perhaps change their shape a little bit, but they're persisting with really the 4 across the middle there and 2 up front, trying to win the ball off the back 3 of England that are comfortable at the moment. There the ball goes back to Hart, they've got a spare man, and normally in the 4-3-3 they would put pressure on the outside centre-backs, but they've kept it the same.
Mistakes by Livermore. It's run away from Ali. Here's Sané feeding Hector. Kroos. Sané walking back there. Just unable to prevent the ball from going for a pretty cheap corner. Cheap ones are sometimes the most expensive. Rudiger and Hummels, the 2 centre-backs, are forward. Punching, it's come for Brandt, and his eyes lit up there as it fell to his left foot. Julian Brandt.
Yeah, it's a poor punch. The last place you can punch it as a goalkeeper is in between the width of your goals. It's got to be high and it's got to be wide first, and hopefully distance. But got away with that one.
One of the bright young things of the German season, not 21 till May. Julian Brandt of Leverkusen being strongly linked with Liverpool at the moment. Not his best moment. outstanding game in Slovenia back in October. Hart probably saved his bacon that night.
Didn't he just? It was incredible. A couple of world-class saves that night, and as you say, Colin, saved England.
Here's Weigl. Kimmich. To Werner. Flick round the corner towards Podolski. Turned away by Keane. Good alert covering from the Burnley man. Cahill with a sliding challenge.
Again, that's the advantage of having 3 centre-backs in there. You know, if you've only got 2, you could be stretched and caught out there if the full-back can't cover round in that position. But Keane's in that position there as the outside centre-back, so it works for defensively as well.
Close to Hector. Sané. It's possessed by Walker. Vardy hasn't linked up with Ali, not quite. Kimmich seeking out Sané. It's an important clearance, backpedaling from Michael Keane.
It was, wasn't it? He was just over-covering a little bit there, and that's the international football at the top level. Someone will pick you out if you're a half a yard out of position, and that's a learning curve for him. But he got back and made the header.
Rio Ferdinand has taken him under his wing a little and has become a little bit of a mentor to Michael Keane. They were together at Manchester United. It's good to see the former England players of Rio's repute taking on those responsibilities. Ali into Lallana. Hung up towards Jamie Vardy, and Rudiger just got up in front of him. Rudiger of Roma. His first cap since a bad knee injury on the eve of the Euros, but speculation that he wants to leave Italy. He's been a victim of some racial abuse in recent weeks. Antonio Rudiger in Italian football. Beggars belief, doesn't it, in 2017. Bertrand with the corner. Kimmich trying to force it away. Werner just behind Brandt. Lallana with a few tricks, and then a rather perilous pass towards Walker. Sorted out by Smalling.
There's a patch of sloppy play from England. Bertrand's corner was poor. Got it over the front man, and in the end, the Germans have set up an attack. But it's the first time that England have been sloppy tonight.
Certainly determined to play their way out. Here's Rudiger. Worked that well.
Yeah, that was brilliant.
Nothing happening to his left. Here's Kimmich. In towards Sané. Still Leroy Sané, and still England will just open up a little there, but Livermore's made a good challenge on Weigl. That's a lot of Vardy, but he loves a chase, does Jamie Vardy. The cavalry is arriving. In towards Ali! Just couldn't quite get any power up behind it on the stretch.
That's where Vardy's got to play up against Hummels. It's a mismatch for pace. The more they squeeze up, the more space there is behind, and he'll get inconsistency. But Ali again back in that box. He is a box threat. Works hard to get into the penalty area, into those finishing positions.
Kroos in towards Podolski. Just couldn't quite connect. Almost a big finish to his big night.
That's top level, isn't it? Look at that. Half a yard there. Podolski makes the run. Kroos makes the Lovely little ball in there, and that's the concentration levels you've got to have at this level of football. Come out with more turtles, Germany, second half.
Lovely ball from Weigl to Sané. Here's Podolski once more. That's deflected behind for a corner kick. And he's loving it. And deserving it. He's going to move on to Japan from Turkey in the summer. His final appearance for Germany. Should be coming towards an end. Guy with a header away. I think Joachim Löw will soon want to use the match, look forward rather than back. England have stolen it again here. Ali. Lallana. Oh, here's a chance for Eric Dyer. Just couldn't quite get it out of his feet, but he still got the ball. Came off the goalkeeper and fell behind Vardy. Could have gone anywhere. And it just fell for Weigl to clear.
He just couldn't get it out of his feet, could he? Dele Alli was in offside position, doesn't go for it. Vardy goes for in behind, in between the defender and the goalie, and the Stegen with a good save, really good save, but encouraging. There's times when England now, when they defend the corner, they've left two up and they've broke quickly. And they've ended up with a 3v3.
There's a flag up here against Vardy, and so England had a glimpse of a penalty appeal a moment or so ago. Watch Kimmich there in his orange boots, leading with his arm.
Yeah, well, if the guys are saying at half-time about Cahill's one, that's everything like a penalty.
Here is Kimmich. This is Leroy Sané. Just keeping Walker on this on that side now. Kyle Walker loves to streak forward as a wing-back, but Sané's occupying his attention a little bit more now. Just unable to catch up with that. A little bit more filling in for him. Allen, Lallana. It's Dele Alli once more. They're really on the same wavelength, those two.
They've linked up well second half, haven't they? Numerous occasions they've had little passes in between each other, in and around the penalty area, deeper in the midfield area. It's looking good.
Special Lallana's a similar player to Christian Eriksen, and that's the kind of roles that Ali and Eriksen occupy for Spurs. Here is Dele Alli again. Lifted into the path of Bertrand. Lallana. Now Livermore. Rolled into Ali, little back heel for Vardy, trying to play Walker in, almost came back for him. Cahill didn't get it cleanly enough for the referee's liking. It's caught Podolski.
You can't touch him tonight.
I think England would just let him score, wouldn't you? That's what happens in testimonial. Germany-England testimonials. Gross. Very unusual to see him misplace a pass like that. Foul there, but good advantage played. Lallana to Livermore.
Beautiful little layoff from Dele Alli under so much pressure as well. Great vision and touch.
Walker. What's the issue there? Just a corner kick, I think.
Yeah, it's got to be a corner, isn't it? It's deflected, yeah.
Yep.
First substitution of the evening, the familiar figure of Andre Schürrle, who is really a substitute for Borussia Dortmund. He's going to come on in place of Julian Brandt. Schürrle's first cap since the European finals. Joined Dortmund from Wolfsburg in the summer, but hasn't been able to force his way into the starting 11. Headed down, there's a chance for Ali. It was well won by Cahill. Ali couldn't quite capitalise. Worked short with Bertrand, and his cross isn't the best. Walker is the last man. He's done really well to find Bertrand. Over the head of Vardy, in towards Dyer. Bertrand again. Livermore. There's a patience and a poise about England. They did take their time if the opening doesn't come immediately. Dive for Lallana. And foul by Gross. Schürrle's going to operate from this right-hand side. Schürrle's shot.
A decent run, isn't it? Introduction to the game coming from Southern. Comes inside on his left. Couldn't quite get round it to get the curl and cause Joe Hart any problems. But they've definitely improved a little bit, Germany, in the second half. But I still feel England have really this shape, and three at the back, the wing backs, the two little inside forwards, two holding players in midfield. There's an option. Every time England get a possession of the ball, they've got an option, two or three options.
One for Vardy to pursue. There's no such thing as a lost cause. Doesn't understand the meaning of the phrase, Jamie Vardy.
That was brilliant, wasn't it? The pace that he showed there. We're stuck in the corner in our right back position, and under pressure, turn the whole team round, the German team round. We've got to throw in the last third.
Dyer's won it back. Here's Adam Lallana, Kyle Walker. Still quite reach Dele Alli. England's pressing has been really good time and time again. They've won the ball back instantly. Livermore into Lallana. A lot of these players are involved in very competitive Premier League games just on Sunday. They'll play with great energy this evening, great intensity.
Yeah, England's tempo to win it back and with the ball has been much better than Germany. Germany have almost played this as like a friendly, but England are really enjoying themselves tonight. We just need that goal. We deserve to be ahead. See if we can just put the icing on the cake and get that win that they deserve.
Bertrand, good passing again. Livermore. He's really grown into the match. Just looks so at ease. Dyer to Ali. Space here for Walker, and well seen by Ali. Lallana's made the run into the box, trying to squeeze it back to Vardy. It's only a corner.
That's a great move, isn't it, by England? Really patient in their build-up, spare man always, and suddenly an injection of pace with the ball and without the ball, making runs. Lallana just almost get their rewards, but terrific play. This is where we want one of our centre-backs coming in from the edge of the box. They're all standing there in the zonal position. If the delivery's right and Spaulding or Dyer comes in, look, Cahill's coming late.
It's in towards Keane. It is quite a big England team too, this. Ali towards the head of Keane, but ball just bounced off a German head and safely for Marc-Andre ter Stegen. There's just a little bit of concern over Kimmich. He's climbing to his feet now. Schürrle eased off the ball by Cahill, far too strong for his former Chelsea teammate. Schürrle's rolling around on the edge of the England penalty area. Still not up, Schürrle. England eventually take pity on him. There's been a lot of mention of Euro 96 in the last few days, and Gareth Southgate used his infamous penalty miss in the semi-final as part of his presentation to the England players. Well, the man who saved that penalty is on the German coaching staff, Andreas Kopke, who plunged to his right that night at Wembley. 55 now. Just who you want to see. Talk about a shadow from your past. Another England debutant. This is Nathan Redmond of Southampton, one of Southgate's Toulon heroes from last summer, and has been earmarked for the European Under-21 Championships this coming summer in Poland, but getting a well-earned chance at senior international level tonight in place of Adam Lallana. Emre Can of Liverpool has come on in the German midfield for Julian Weigl. Really hasn't happened for Werner on his debut. Clear foul by Can. Quickly taken by Dyer. Vardy's got over the top here, just couldn't quite latch onto that. Very alert ball from Eric Dyer.
Just inches away, wasn't it? It was good play from Dyer. Really alert. Vardy going and spinning in behind again.
It was very Vardy, wasn't it?
Gone. It's great movement. Just gets himself in between the centre-backs. Makes his movement from there. Just inches, look. Just a shame he just couldn't get a toe to it. The goalkeeper would have been in what we call no man's land, but they've rove in. They just deserve that goal. Let's see if we can get that goal and go home with a win under their belts, because the way they've played, there's got to be a lot of good encouragement for Gareth in this shape, and you would think, hopefully, for Sunday, go again. Might be a personnel difference. They might change a
well, Gary Cahill's suspended on Sunday, so he can't play, but I think Stones and Sterling will be very much in the frame on Sunday. Jesse Lingard and Marcus Rashford have played no part tonight either as yet, so there are fresh men to bring in. Done by Kroos. Chan to Hummels.
Germany have almost got 4 players now, right up the top, right up. 2 centre forwards, 2 wide wingers, and the open spaces in midfield is incredible. If they lose the ball, England will be in.
Kroos. Here's Schürrle, and now Podolski. Ah! There's the moment of the night. Lucas Podolski
in his final German international, scores another screamer for his country. They call that left foot of his Der Hammer here in Germany, and that's why unstoppable. It was meant to be. International goal number 49 for Lukas Podolski, one of the best.
That's an incredible strike, isn't it? Nice little 1-2. He's just struck it perfectly. Kept his body weight through the ball. His balance was right. That's perfect. What a way to bow out. No goalkeeper can stop that.
Only Lothar Matthäus and Miroslav Klose have won more German caps. Only Klose and Gerd Müller have scored more German goals. He scored more than Voller, more than Klinsmann, more than Rummenigge, more than Zähler. Lukas Podolski. In the midst of that, England have replaced Jamie Vardy with Marcus Rashford. And they've got 20 minutes to find a reply. If Podolski had read the script, he would have just peeled away in celebration and gone straight down the tunnel. That's the way to finish an international career.
You've got to take him off now.
He is, as I say, now on 49 international goals. And the evening's working out perfectly for him so far, you never know. Here is Marcus Rashford. His 7th cap, his 6th as a substitute. He has been playing up front for Manchester United in the last couple of weeks at Chelsea and at Middlesbrough with Zlatan Ibrahimovic's suspension. Scripted. It's a great hit, isn't it, Glenn?
Yeah, it is, yeah. I mean, Gary Cahill's tried to block it. He's not shirked away too much. He might have made himself a bit bigger. But when you strike a ball like that and it goes in that top corner, there's nothing you can do about it.
Jesse Lingard coming on to join Rashford in place of Dele Alli. Here's Redmond. Finds a way out to Walker. Sané finds a way to stop Walker. Here's Dyer. Emre Can. It's towards Werner. Two debutants together, Keane making the challenge. Chan. Challenge by Livermore was good. Well, Joachim Löw and the German Federation have rather indulged Lukas Podolski tonight. Those of you who managed to stay awake during his pre-match speech, it did all seem a little over the top, but wow. And England find a way to reply. Here's Marcus Rashford. He came off ter Stegen too momentarily.
Change of pace there, just left Hummels completely. It's a great, just couldn't pick anyone out. That was the shame of it. But what pace he's got. You lose Vardy's pace, suddenly you've got Rashford to deal with.
Hummels will be absolutely delighted, won't he? Awkward bounce out for Keane. And here's Sané. Good save by Hart, really good save. Not just to stop it with his left hand, but to gather it in because Timo Werner was waiting.
Absolutely, Clive. That's the key to it. If you watch here, what a save this is. The reactions, bang.
One slip in Michael Keane's night and he was almost punished.
Well, that's the concentration levels at this, international level you have to have as a defender, and he'll learn from that. Gareth said before the game he needs to to see what players can learn from these sort of games. The shape's been really good. There's nothing wrong with England's performance tonight, even though we're 1-0 down.
City past, denying City present.
Good defending.
Play by Smalley. Here's
Great
Lingard.
defending there, Clive. Great defending to pinch in front there. Really positive and put England on the front foot again.
A little more into Lingard. With Dyer. Well, England were 2 down with half an hour to go in Berlin a year ago. Found a way to win it. Walker. Now Redmond. Bertram's arriving, but the pass to his Southampton teammate isn't quite good enough from Redmond. They've got quite an understanding at club level. By Hummels. Tries to divert it to Jonas Hector. Keane's header. Werner to Chan. Podolski. Kimmich. Schürrle's onside. Sané. Quite run for Schürrle. Dyer sort of that. Walker can find a way out for England. 3 up with him. Redmond. Turn pass just asked a bit too much, even of Kyle Walker. Dyer. Slip forward to Lingard. Bertrand. And towards Lingard again. Ryan Bertrand's been flagged offside.
Yeah, that was a shame. Shouldn't really be offside if you're the widest player. Everything's in front of you. You're in a really good position there.
You might recognise this fella. Timo Werner's debut comes to an end. It's Thomas Müller of Bayern Munich, who tortured England down the years. He comes off the bench as he did for Bayern against Arsenal. He hasn't been scoring goals this season. Lost his place for 1 or 2 recent games. He got their winner at the weekend. Played again. Keane to Lingard. Clip forward by Keane towards Rashford. Hummels can only just get a head on the ball. And knocks it out of play for a corner kick to England. Redmond. Back to Walker, towards Dyer. It's a poor punch by Ter Stegen. Bertrand keeps it alive. Keane's underneath it. Real chance here. Jesse Lingard's shot is blocked. Just needed an extra touch to control it. But England get it back with Livermore. Redmond. Terrific skill to get around Kroos. And then Chan. Here's Lingard. He's found Bertrand. Rashford. Dyer was making an overlapping run. And rather charged into Kimmich there and was penalised.
You just see Dyer there's got the run on him, he gets above him. I'm not sure he's done too much wrong. Just lent on him a little bit, but because he had the momentum, he was always going to get above him. But again, England find themselves in really good positions. Redmond and Lingard have come in and replaced Lallana and Dele Alli in exactly the same position, same shape, and they've just picked it up.
It's almost as if the goal hasn't happened. It hasn't disheartened England at all. They just carried on playing at the same level they were before Podolski's blast from the past.
Kroos. Here's Schürrle. Hector to Kroos. Now Chan. Podolski to Kimmich. Use of the ball by Kroos, finding Hector. Better possession for Germany. Podolski, who's about to be substituted. There's Hector. Kroos to Chan. Managing to take some of the sting out of the game now, Germany. Coming to Muller. Sané's offside, flag is up.
Sané was just offside. It's probably the best move that Germany have put together. The patience of the build-up and suddenly the correct ball. Sané just wandered offside. The best bit of football that Germany have played all evening.
Kyle Walker, who limped off on Sunday at White Hart Lane, is preparing to come off it. I think Jake Livermore is going to be substituted first. Looks like both James Ward-Prowse and Luke Shaw are coming on. It will be a debut for James Ward-Prowse, who is Gareth Southgate's captain in the Toulon win last year. And heartening return to England action for Luke Shaw, who was England's first choice left back when he suffered a broken leg 18 months ago. It's his first cap since September 2015. And he's having to wait a little bit longer for it because the ball wasn't working. Board's still not working. It is actually Ryan Bertrand who's going to make way for Shaw. Bertrand, who took his place at Southampton when he moved to Manchester United, but he's made just 2 appearances for United since the end of November. And Gareth Southgate felt it was a good time to in his words, give him a boost and remind him that we're still thinking about him. And at 21 years of age, there's plenty of football ahead of Luke Shaw.
Yeah, Bertrand's done well tonight, but it's lovely to have Shaw coming back, and it's perfect for him, wing-back role for me. I think this kid, when he first...
Talking of perfect, it's a perfect night for Lukas Podolski. 130 caps for Germany. What an achievement, and what a way to sign off. He actually announced his international retirement after the championships in the summer. He was granted this one last appearance, and he's capped it with a breathtaking goal which separates the two teams at this point. His replacement, number 21, is Sebastian Rudi, the Hoffenheim captain, who's actually agreed to move to Bayern Munich for next season. He's a central midfield player, but it's all about Podolski for now. Cue the stirring music. You want a handkerchief, Glenn? Here's Sané. Possibilities here. Muller hooks it goalwards, but falls kindly enough for Hart.
Gladiator, Clive, wasn't it? That music? Podolski the Gladiator.
John Stones has come on for England in place of Chris Smalling. Started all 5 internationals this season before tonight, but as I said a little bit earlier, Southgate just felt that Stones and Sterling, of all the players he inherited at the weekend, looked a little leg weary. Rest of them tonight. Here's Ward-Prowse, caught in possession by Schürrle. Chan. Muller. Hector. Chan to Kimmich. Rudiger to Chan. Germany haven't conceded a goal yet this season. England somehow changed that in the closing minutes and get what we all feel would be just desserts, very least. In the sense they deserve from their night's toils would be a draw. Team can see it out. Germany can.
Yeah, they're keeping possession now. They're trying to protect their lead, and I think that the changes that England, so many changes now that England have made defensively, they just can't sort of press together. They're finding that difficult now after the changes.
Here's Thomas Muller. Hector. Keane rocks him. Getting forward, squeeze back for Schürrle. Corner kick.
Yeah, Germany just getting around the back of England there. Lovely little pull back. Schürrle comes off the right side perch and just picks up a really awkward position to pick him up, and the deflection from John Stones, because I think he's going in the bottom corner if he doesn't get that touch.
Rudiger forward. From Kroos towards Mats Hummels. Okay. finding Walker from the restart. Walker can't find Ward-Prowse though. Costa. Looking for Sané's. Good cover from Shaw. Redmond. Shaw. Free kick. Final thoughts on this England performance, Glenn?
No, I think Gareth will be very pleased with it. I think there's been lots of options. We've kept the ball well. We've created chances. And a lot of more positive than negative in this performance. There really are. And got people from the bench that can come on and replace players and keep the same shape, and the intensity of the game doesn't go down.
And while keeping the pressure on and almost robbing Rudiger. Ward-Prowse. Can be a little difficult to strike the right balance between using these friendly internationals to try out new things and respecting the England cap, not giving them away cheaply, but all of these players, young players coming into the team, seem to have a real future. Rashford, Lingard, Rashford going on. Ball just wouldn't quite break for it. Three added minutes. Rudy. Kimmich. It's Chan with the forward burst. Little back heel for Leroy Sané. It's blocked by Cahill. Stones trying to run it out. Sané again. An important challenge by Cahill. Taking the time over the corner. Front of that big South Terrace, the famous Dortmund South Tribune. I think Germany want to win this or not? Seeing away every last second. Gross, Sané, Muller, back to Chan, back to Kimmich. Pass is good enough. Hummels. Dyer had to try to commit to a challenge. England desperate to win it back for one last hurrah. Sané in miscontrol. Out towards the head of Lingard, but Hummels is there. Keane's headed it to Schürrle, who actually came from an offside position, so the play's gone on.
Yeah, it's the right decision, isn't it? His assistant was just waiting to see whether he was going to get involved in the play, and King brings him into it.
Got to go forward. It's Dyer. Cut out by Hummels. Redmond trying to keep it alive. It does look now to have got away from an England team who've been the better side for much of the evening. But some things are just meant to be. And it was Lucas Podolski's big night. He's won it with another big swing of his famous left foot. and England have been beaten in Dortmund. The views of Ian Wright, Lee Dixon and Ryan Giggs from just a moment. Final score, Germany 1. Dortmund for some 2.5 years. 12 other German cities have hosted the national team in that time. The whole country gets to see this country's team. And no doubting this is a football town. Borussia Dortmund, average crowds of over 81,000 in the Bundesliga, and only Barcelona can rival that anywhere in Europe. I think we'll see Dele Alli and Adam Lallana playing quite close to Jamie Vardy in this new-look England system. The width will be provided by the wing-backs Kyle Walker and Ryan Bertrand. England in a new away strip, that is midnight blue. It is a little difficult to compare a prestige friendly with some of the famous and infamous tournament games between English and German teams. England's last defeat on German soil was in 1987 to West Germany in nearby Dusseldorf, and Glenn Hoddle of Monaco was in the team. We stood no chance at all. We were playing our second string that night.
I think we were.
Well, it's almost exactly a year since England's 3-2 win in Berlin, a year in which the team's performances have never quite touched the same heights. But despite the absence of several recognised German first-teamers, this is still a really good test for the men in blue tonight, Glenn.
Yeah, it always is when you play against Germany. The quality they've got, the depth in their squad. But I'm really looking forward to seeing the front three, actually. There's a lot of talk about the back three playing, but the three, Vardy, Lallana and Dele Alli, are in really, really good form at the moment for their clubs.
Last time England beat a German side 2 internationals in succession. Yeah, 1966. Gary Cahill playing in his club position on the left of the back three. Chris Smalling at the centre. And here are the first moments in international football for Michael Keane. Germany lining up essentially 4-4-2.
Yeah, they've got the two strikers up there, haven't they? I think Podolski's really pushing up there and making the two, trying to put some pressure on our back three. But and they're doing a halfway press. They're not really pressing too high up the pitch, letting England come out on the ball and play that type of ball.
Vardy in pursuit of Smalling's long ball. In the absence of the injured Manuel Neuer, Marc-Andre ter Stegen of Barcelona is in goal for Germany tonight. Rica. Towards their regular left back, Jonas Hector of Cologne. Three of the German back four are what you would regard as their first choice defence. Hummels and Kimmich, the right back, and then Toni Kroos in midfield would probably be the only other member of tonight's team. Joachim Löw would be fielding in a competitive international if everybody were fit. Keane towards Walker, down into the path of Lallana. Walker's onside. Lallana. Walker just won't quite catch that. Not on the same wavelength at the critical moment. He's shown a real willingness to look at making changes to try to change England's international results. It's an appetite for change that he has. It's the first time in over 10 years that England have started a game with a back three. It was a regular feature of Glenn Hoddle's stewardship when, in fact, Southgate was part of your back three.
He was, Clive, yes. He could play on the outsides, he could play in the centre. Any of those positions he was really comfortable and did it really well.
Never more